It's Dave from Iron Blackbird Cycles, and on the 131 project, this gentleman had bought this part and had it while before he had the engine problems. He just hadn't put it on yet, so I said, well, as long as you already got it, while we got the motor out, it'll be easier to do. But this top plate, he's got one from Harley that's actual chrome. Actual Harley part, not aftermarket. Figure that one out. I don't know that makes it any better anymore, because I think we find more and more stuff on these newer bikes stamped made in China, made in Taiwan. Let's see what they want about these being American motorcycles anymore, but I got my doubts about a lot of this new shit. So I said, let's just change that out now. Well, we got plenty of room to work in here instead of waiting until we get the block dropped back in and everything else. You can do this. You don't have to have the motor out to do this. This is not that tough. There's plenty of room in here. Just makes it a little more room to get this done. So, get your hose out of our way. Down in there. Of course, he's got the Harley green Loctite on them. You know, I'm glad they do it, but sometimes that causes problems. I could use a zip gun on a lot of this stuff, but I've seen so many horror stories of guys pulling threads out of these new aluminum blocks and stuff for the M8s, and I'm not going to take a chance on that. I do not want to have to buy somebody a new engine block or transmission case, so I would much rather have my hands on this instead of popping stuff out of there, causing us issues. Let me get a dead blow, see if we can pop that loose. Hurt or snap. We'll have to hit them very hard a lot of times. Sometimes you do. Sometimes you'll have something stuck and man, it does not want to come loose. So let's get this gasket off. And it come off clean, that's good. Train's good and clean down in there. Let's get the new gasket. So the new gasket, these are pretty thick. They're also a metal gasket with foam on the outsides of them. These are pretty thick. Pretty happy with the quality of that. Genuine Harley Davidson. In case you want to know the part number, there it is. And here's the new chrome top. It's also Harley Davidson, but I don't see any part number on it anywhere. It's probably on the box. And you know what? Harley even went to the trouble. Actually, Harley didn't. I guess the guy who was going to put this on, Pete, guess what he's got for me here? All brand new stainless bolts. And washers. Stainless bolts and washers. He went all out. Now, we'll give everybody a little tip. I don't know if it makes a damn world of difference, but I'm going to show you something here in a minute. And I'll tell you the reason why. Aluminum does not like stainless. You hear me? Aluminum is not your friend when it comes to stainless bolts. So let me get a little bit of let's see here. What I did was put a little bit of anti-seize on this. Not much. I just rubbed it into this rag basically. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to coat these threads with a little bit of anti-seize. And what's going to happen is, as long as the heat don't bake it out of there, it's gonna save somebody some trouble down the line. What I mean by trouble is this stainless, when it goes into this aluminum, it's gonna want to grab that aluminum real good. And after this motor's been hot a few times, it's gonna cause these to really get tight. And I can feel that just going in. You can feel it. It's a lot easier than, I'll just go back to this side, that way I'm not blocking to you. But it's one of those deals where if you can save the next guy some trouble, go ahead and do it. Because you know what, we've all been sitting in the garage, laying on the floor trying to get a bolt out or something that literally has you just wanted to throw tools across shop, you know. And I've been there many times, trust me. And see, these are going in pretty smooth now that we put a little bit of that anti-seize on them. But as far as turning that screw in by hand, it didn't want to go in by hand. So we didn't want to, we want to make sure that is got a little bit of protection there. What it does, it protects the aluminum from galling. Because I have pulled stainless out of aluminum and it be tight, and you will just literally rip the threads out because of that stainless grabbing onto that aluminum. For some reason, regular steel's better than stainless, but stainless is better for not rusting and stuff. So I get why he did it, and I don't have a problem with putting those in. But if you're just going to go grab stainless bolts and you're driving those into aluminum, you need to get some. You need to put some anti-seize on them. I know I could go look up the torque specs and all that, but I know they're probably going to say about a 90 to 120, maybe not even that much, inch pounds, not foot pounds, inch pounds. And putting the stainless into aluminum, I would almost knock 10 or 20 pounds off that figure. You can look up those torque specs. I'm sure somebody's got them somewhere online. But as much of this stuff as I've done over the past 40 years, you know, you can feel torque. I know a lot of people may not believe that. I'll go ahead and put that oil plug back in. A lot of people may not believe that. One of these days we'll make a video and we'll test it. We'll have everybody else go home and do a video and see how close they are. Maybe we'll post their videos too. I have hand done stuff and think I'm pretty close. And then when I put a torque wrench on it, I'm within 5 pounds, you know. And something like this, part that's not super critical, not inside the engine or aluminum that's going to heat up, you know. This is perfect. And of course, you know, I'll tell this guy, I'll recommend after, you know, his break-in period on the motor, go over all these bolts again, just to check them, because that gasket is going to squish a little bit over time. People put a part on, then they don't even pay any attention to it after the fact they put the part on. And then you wind up with an issue of, oh, why'd that get loose? Well, because you didn't go back over it, that's why. But got a good used Harley Davidson top of transmission. Just joking. Anyway, that'll do it for that top transmission cover there. It's nice and pretty. We'll be back with you. Probably the next step is going to be dropping the block in this.